All right, ladies and gentlemen, guys, we'd like to welcome you to the show. This is Third Shift. This is your host, DJ Just J with Just Dom ZNT. I'm here to talk about this guy on my screen, Darnell L. Bitting. This guy here, that smug look on his face. I'm not thrilled to be doing this story by any means. But what I got to do is I got to tell you guys about this story. It's important to let you guys know what happened to this little girl, 4-year-old Janaya Swain. For the people that are sensitive, I'm going to say some things. I'm going to have some choice language from time to time. I'm going to read the details, some of the details of this case. I'm going to show you guys a couple videos. If you can't handle it, you got to exit my video. You got to exit my channel. You don't have to flag. You don't have to flaggy my channel at all. Just exit the video. So if you want to be offended or anything like that, just go away. I'm telling you guys that because YouTube is starting to recognize it. So shout out to YouTube. For the people that don't like my channel, I don't know why they're here all the time. But YouTube continues to keep my channel up because they're realizing that it's just people here that's just flagging for no damn reason. All we're doing is just taking some real things that have happened. We're talking about them and we're trying to protect children in a way to get people to understand warning signs, know what to look for, know what to speak out against, and to recognize what's going on in our community is the fact that we have people out here that do not value life and do not value children. They are our most precious resource. We need to protect them at all costs. Here's the story. Summit County jurors didn't buy Darnell Bitting's claims that he thought that he was under attack and was aiming at no one when he fired an AK-47 gun that claimed the life of a 4-year-old African girl, and her name is Janaya Swain. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Let's keep going. After deliberating for more than 4 hours, jurors found Bitting guilty Friday afternoon on all counts in his murder case for the February death of Janaya Swain. Bitting is age 32 of Akron, Ohio, showed little reaction, and I actually found a contradiction to that. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my word together. I found a contradiction when they said that he had little reaction. I think he had a reaction just like he didn't give a damn. You guys can see that from one of the mugshot pictures that he took, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the video, and I want you to just pay attention to this guy's swagger, because like I said, I personally think that he has no remorse for what he did. So let's keep going. Now, he faces life in prison, so he's already been sentenced. And he was sentenced at 1 p.m. Wednesday by Summit County Common Pleas Judge Christine Croce. Family members of Janaya who attended the trial shook their heads in agreement as they heard the jury's decision. Several of Bitting's family and friends sat through the trial but weren't in court for the verdict because I think they already knew. Jurors convicted Bitting of 2 counts of murder and 6 counts of felonious assault for Janaya's death and the potential harm to her mother, 3 sisters, and the children's grandmother. All of the charges include gun specifications. Bitting's trial began Monday and finished Friday morning with closing arguments and jury instructions. After the trial concluded and deliberations were starting, Bitting's friends and family members began shouting at Janaya's family outside the courtroom. Rewind. Let's say that again. Yeah, he's cross-eyed and he was actually smiling. I want you guys to pay attention to that when that picture rolls across that screen again. Listen to this again. After the trial concluded and deliberations were starting, Bitting's friends and family members began shouting at Janaya's family outside the courtroom. This man shot and killed a 4-year-old girl, and the family is so damn stupid, so damn dumb, and value life so little, they get outside the courtroom knowing that this man needs to pay for what he did. Grown-ass man with a gun, shooting indiscriminately, killed a 4-year-old girl. This girl has not seen any kind of life at all. She's 4 years old. She's seen nothing. She's just now learning how to talk and walk and eat and maybe even, bathe herself. She's 4 years old. She has not gotten a chance to see any level of life yet. And this man apparently did not give a damn about any of that. He took a gun, he shot, and he took that 4-year-old girl's life. This dude right here. Took her life. I always say this, and I get worked up with these stories. What is it that this little girl did that she deserved what she got? Getting shot with an AK-47. What could she possibly have done? Let alone that, the family is as callous as they are and probably as stupid as Darnell Bitting is. I think the whole family that was out there arguing with them after deliberations at the courtroom and shouting and screaming at Janaya's family are stupid, and he deserves everything that he gets. And I hope that you guys suffer for this. You will be judged, and I hope that you will be judged accordingly. Something tells me that these people probably are not very reputable people if they don't understand the fact that you should not defend criminals. Something about that lets me know that this is probably a cycle that goes on in this. I mean, look at how he's just slouching, just sitting there, just, I don't give a damn. I mean, it is what it is. You took a 4-year-old girl's life, man. That matters. It absolutely matters. We are our own worst enemy. I'm supposed to be finished reading in this story right now. I want to finish reading this story. I really do. But I absolutely have to say that. Black people are our own worst enemy. What makes it even worse, if grown men are doing this to grown men, it's only so much we can say. Chicago. But whenever you're doing this to babies that cannot defend themselves, that can't speak for themselves, that have not seen any life, they have not gotten a chance to live life and experience anything. For you to turn around and think that it is your right to take a gun, shoot it indiscriminately, hit and kill a kid, and you think that we're supposed to feel some level of sympathy for whatever reason you chose to do that? No, sorry. Not going to happen. Not now. Not even if there was a cold day in hell. Not ever. That's never okay. So let me speak from the law-abiding citizen's standpoint. For those of us that own guns legally, for those of us that have paid our application and paid for our training and all of that stuff, and we are responsible, we are taught that every bullet that leaves your gun, you are held responsible for it. Every single one. For every bullet that leaves your gun, every single one of these, whatever it hits, whoever it hits, you are held accountable in the court of law for every single one. For that dude to have an AK-47, more than likely it was an illegal gun, and if it was an illegal gun, it more than likely was an automatic gun. Just letting off bullets, they're going everywhere. Where does the sympathy come in for him? Where does the family think that they have the right to come in and scream at this little 4-year-old girl's family for any reason? That's just fucking ridiculous. Tensions were high between the two groups throughout the trial, with 2 Bitting supporters ejected from the courtroom Thursday for making comments during testimony. Like I said, that is just ridiculous. Prosecutors say Janaya Swain, Janaya's mother, went to Bitting's Mercer Avenue home at about 10:30 p.m. February 16th to retrieve her belongings. The two of them had dated, but were on the outs. Swain got angry when Bitting didn't answer the door and began smashing the windows of his home. So here's how all of this started. And I want the ladies to pay attention to this, because ladies, I love you guys. but you got to do better. And just like Stephen A. originally said on ESPN at one point in time, ladies should not provoke men to do shit like this. You shouldn't put yourself in a position for a man to abuse you. He couldn't say it, but I can say it. He can get reprimanded, get fired, get suspended, whatever. Not me. I'm independent and nobody pays my salary. I'm not on anybody's payroll. So I'll say it. They say her name was Deja, DE''AZHA Swain. Janaya's mother went to Bitting's Mercer Avenue home at about 10:30 p.m. February 16th to retrieve her belongings. The two of them had dated but were on the outs, and Swain got angry when Bitting didn't answer the door and began smashing the windows of his home. There's no excuse for that. Prosecutors say Bitting grabbed an AK-47, ran out on the porch, and fired the weapon at Swain, but the bullet missed her and hit Janaya, who was sitting in the family's car parked in front of Bitting's home with her 3 siblings and grandmother. Janaya was hit in the head and died. I want you guys to take a look at this story and tell me what's wrong with it. What do you guys think in the comment section? When you guys watch this on the replay, for the people that are watching live right now, what do you guys see wrong with that? I want you to post your comments and tell me what you guys think. First and foremost, she's going over there to start some shit. She goes over there and destroys property. In particular, Mr. Bitting's property. Number 3, she brought her children. She had no regard for her children. You're going to go do some stupid shit. How about you go do it on your own, by yourself? Like, ladies, why bring your children to this violent ass situation? She knows she's with a thug. She knows that this man had a gun. She had to have known. She dated him. You're having sex with somebody, you damn well better know what they're capable of doing. That's what I'm talking about. We end up with these damn thugs and idiots, and then we're supposed to feel sorry for the mom? I feel sorry for the 4-year-old, not the mom. The mom ain't shit for sleeping with this fucking idiot. It's third shift right now. Can we just be blunt right now? The mom is not shit for sleeping with Darnell Bitting, because Darnell Bitting is a damn thug. He's a typical thug. He ain't shit. Darnell Bitting ain't shit. Janaya Swain's mom ain't shit, because she dates a thug. You're supporting the people that do not need to be, they need to be ostracized in our community, because they're the ones that ain't out. He's not out here working. He's not out here being productive as a citizen of the United States of America. He's a fucking thug. He ain't shit. But these are the type of dudes that you want to be with and have your man. This is what you want, is your man crush Monday. And y'all sending these niggas while they in jail, these naked photos and all of this type of stuff, right? This motherfucker, this dude. This is who y'all supporting. Even the family members. I'm sorry. My family members do some shit like that. I'm not supporting them. Nope. You do some stupid shit, you're on your own. The family ought to be ashamed of themselves, but they don't know what shame is. Neither one of them know what shame is. The fact that this woman, and her name is Deja Swain, Janaya's mother, took 4-year-old Janaya over this thug's house, busted out his windows, and he come back and he retaliate. Because you busting up his house, busting up his property, busting up where he lays his head at, because you come over acting like a typical bitch that likes to puncture tires, beat windows out, and all of this kind of stuff, setting shit on fire. That's the type of hood-ass bride this is. And she brought her daughter to this. This is why I say that it is not healthy for us to have children that don't have their fathers inside the household. Because if they did, number one, the little girl wouldn't be in the situation. Number two, she wouldn't be with Darnell Bitting. Number three, there's no way in hell the DNA biological father would have let the mother leave the home with this 4-year-old little girl and put her life in danger like this for her to go do some dumb shit. Everybody got that? I hope y'all don't mind my mouth tonight. I've already forewarned you guys, so hopefully you don't mind. Okay? Let alone that, her 4-year-old little girl was in the car, and they also had, let me see if I can find it again, her 3 siblings. Where's their parent at? 3 siblings in the car, could have potentially been killed, and a grandmother. That's just an odd combination of people in a damn car to go do some bullshit. But anyway, he wasn't in fear for his life. Assistant prosecutor Terry Burnside said during the closing arguments, his actions were intentional, which I 100% agree that they were. He was provoked into this by Janaya's mother. The reason why Janaya Swain is dead is because her mother, Janaya Swain, put her in this position. Assistant prosecutor Elizabeth Jackson told jurors, Darnell Bitting killed a baby. That's why we're here. Defense attorneys Colin Meeker and Michael Bowler, however, claimed Bitting thought he was under fire when Swain smashed his windows and fired his rifle once as a warning shot. No one told you he was aiming at anyone specific, Meeker said. Bitting testified Thursday and said that he was in fear for his life and that of his children. So did he have children in the house? I don't know. But let's keep going. Maybe we'll find out. Thinking someone was shooting into the windows of their home, when he fired the rifle from the doorway, he said he didn't see anyone and had no idea who was in the car in front of his home. Crochet, I don't know what that name is, however, didn't allow the inclusion of self-defense in the jury's instructions. She said Biden's explanation didn't match the forensic evidence, including where the spent shell casing was found on the far edge of the front porch. After the verdict, Bowler said this was a difficult case to defend, especially with a 4-year-old girl as the victim. Jurors saw graphic photos and the police video of the young girl's injuries. The jury worked hard, Bowler said, and the prosecution has a strong case. The jury has spoken. This is what Darnell said. He said, and they quote, I'm sorry for what happened, who was convicted of attempting to shoot his ex-girlfriend with an AK-47, instead shooting and killing her daughter. I feel like I ain't responsible for that, though. Murder is not what I did. That's exactly what you did. Summit County Common Pleas Judge Christine Croce, however, disagreed with Bitting and told him when he pulled the trigger on that rifle, he impacted many lives, including those of his own 10 children and their mothers. Wow. Y'all talking about where's Black Lives Matter. I'm going to read that again. Damn. The judge said, I disagree with Bitting and told him when he pulled the trigger on that rifle, he impacted many lives, including those of his own 10 children and their mothers. I'm going to read that one more time. The judge said that when he pulled that trigger on the rifle, he impacted many lives, including those of his own 10 children and their mothers. I have some friends of mine. A lot of times they like to tell me, well, you know, the dudes need to be more responsible and all of this kind of stuff, right? We get that. We understand that argument. But when you have a situation where a thug like Darnell Bitting on that far right-hand side has the opportunity to have 1 kid, 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, 6 kids, 7 kids, 8 kids, 9 kids, 10 kids, with God knows how many women? Women, ladies, who in the fuck are y'all choosing for a mate? I constantly hear about these dudes out here, these quote unquote good men, that find it very hard and very difficult to date women, to see women, hang out with them, befriend them, anything like that. They get called lame. They get, you know what I'm saying? They get no kind of play, nothing like that. But the niggas that ain't shit, this dude, get all kind of pussy. And I can guarantee you, it's going to be chicks hopefully waiting if this dude somehow gets out of jail. They'll be happy to give him some more. Now, how is that? If we care about our children, if we care about our future, if we care about the black community, if we care so much about Tommy Sotomayor speaking bad about the black community, why do we continue to add bad shit to the black community? More fatherless homes. How can this one dude be a father to 10 fucking children? How is that possible? How can a thug be a productive father for 10 different children? Please put that into perspective. When y'all have an answer for that, get back to me. Let's keep going. They say this: I believe those 10 kids have a chance to go get out of the cycle because you won't be in their lives, Croce said. I pray for their mothers. I pray that the mothers don't bring them to see you. You are a pathological liar. You're a drug dealer. You don't support your children. Again, we're throwing all the blame on the thug. The thug does what a thug does, and that is not be shit. Darnell Bitting ain't shit. He's a thug. Everybody knows he's a thug. So we're not going to look at the mothers and say, well, why do you bitches continue to sleep with the thug? Why do you whores continue to keep making babies with the thug? What's so attractive about a nigga that ain't shit that you want to procreate and make kids with a nigga that's not going to be there for your children, that can't provide for your children and can't teach your children shit except for to be thugs themselves? Where is the accountability on the women in this situation? There is none. This is why whenever Tommy and other people put out statistics and say that it's a small group of men that have the majority of babies out here, and the fact that women in the black community have twice as many children as the men do, points out and lets you know that these women are all sleeping with the same dudes. These women are all sleeping with the same dudes. The dudes that ain't shit are getting all the sex that they can stand. They can't stay in a relationship. Why? Because they got this option, this option, this option, this option. They got the strippers. They got the girls working at the call center. They've got the girls working here and working there and doing this and that. And all of them want this one thug. Why? When the result of what you get is nothing. Actually, it's worse than nothing. Now you're putting trash back into the community, because now you're going to have more fatherless homes, more children that don't value themselves, and more children that are going to turn around and replicate and duplicate what their father did to them and what their mothers put them in. Janaya Swain is dead because of her mother's fucked up choice, sleeping with a thug. Let's keep going. Croce's sentenced Bitting, age 32, to life in prison. He won't be eligible for parole for 56 and a half years. Bitting plans to appeal. Bitting's sentencing was long and emotional, with so many people in the courtroom that a few sat on each other's laps. That is a motherfucking shame. Deja, whatever her name, Deja Swain, one of the several people who wore t-shirts with the picture of Janaya and the words "Rest in Heaven," said she lost her mind when she was with Bitting and became confused, bitter, and destructive. She said that the loss of Janaya and the help of God turned her life around. She says she doesn't wish Bitting ill, just as her daughter wouldn't. No, I'm sure her daughter don't give a shit about this dude. The mama gave a damn about this dude. That again proves how selfish Janaya's mother is. And I hope she sees this video. Let's keep going. If my baby was here, she would run to you and give you a hug, Swain said. That's how much my children cared about you. That's bullshit. Swain said she forgives Bitting. Also, that's retarded. That's stupid. They quote this. She said, I leave you with this advice and you're going to need it. You better repent to the Lord and you better pray, she said. Jermaine Bailey, Janaya's father, thank you, finally a father in here. Jermaine Bailey said, or Janaya's father asked Bitting to look at him as he was talking, which Bitting didn't do for any of those who spoke. When you go upstate, it'll be hard. It'll be a hard bit for you, he said. I guarantee it. He knocked on the podium and then took his seat. Lynette Williams, Janaya's teacher at ABC Clubhouse Academy and Akron Preschool, said Janaya was funny, smart, and eager to learn. Her favorite movie was Trolls, and she loved swinging and was very proud when she was able to swing on her own. Williams said that the children at the school, who ranged from age 2 to 12, had a very difficult time understanding what happened and have asked a lot of tough questions. Why did Darnell do that? Can we kill him? Can we go up to the clouds to visit Janaya? Y'all let that sink in for a moment. I tell them, I don't believe he meant to harm Janaya. We must try our best to forgive, she said. Michael Bowler, who represented Bitting with attorney Colin Meeker, said Bitting fired the bullet and will be punished, but he isn't a cold-blooded killer. Nikisha Blair, Nickisha, however you pronounce the fucking name. Nikisha Blair, Bitting's cousin, apologized to the Swain family, but said Bitting isn't a monster. She said Bitting may not seem remorseful, which he damn sure don't, but he's been through so much in his life that showing his emotions isn't easy for him. And I can almost guarantee you, I bet you he didn't have a father in his life. Let's keep going. His face can't be what you guys want it to be, she said, looking around the courtroom. Croce disagreed that Bitting can't show emotion with Bitting's assertions that his trial was unfair and that he wasn't guilty. Don't stand here and tell me you didn't commit murder, Croce told him. The state defines it. I didn't do nothing. Bitting grumbled. As Bitting was led away in handcuffs, one of his loved ones yelled, "We love you, Darnell." He responded, "I love you too." I don't think these people, that's why I said I think the black community is lost. I don't think these people want to do any better. I think they just want to just keep going in the direction that they're going. I don't think they give a shit about children. That's why, like I said, if they get wiped out, if we get rid of this sector of the black community, then that might be the best thing for us. Let's give it fair usage. Let's show the video. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
An Akron man has been found guilty in the shooting death of a 4-year-old girl. A jury's handed down that verdict today against Darnell Bitting. Little Janaya Swain died in February outside Bitting's home. Prosecutors say she was hit by a bullet waiting in the car with her grandmother and sisters while her mother, Bitting's estranged girlfriend, tried to get inside. Bitting will be sentenced on murder and assault charges.
Okay, I just figured out what it is. It wasn't Deaja's siblings. It was Janaya's siblings, meaning the mother had 3 other kids, probably by multiple different dudes. So there was Janaya in the car, who was Jermaine Bailey's daughter, which in this case we know wasn't Darnell Bitting. He was not the father. Okay? Then you had 3 other kids in the car. So it sounds like none of these 3 kids were Darnell Bitting's kids. Meaning, in this situation, you had 4 kids wrapped up in this, plus Darnell's 10 children. 14 children. 14 children's lives are affected in this story. How crazy is that?
Shattered lives, broken windows, and fallen flowers now scattered across a porch in Akron. The porch.
Leslie, got you. I couldn't tell by that name, but I got you. Thank you very much. Got you. Type something else in there in the chat. It should be updated now. Thank you guys very much.
And fallen flowers now scattered across a porch in Akron. The porch where shots were fired and a little girl was caught in the crossfire. We're learning more now about the connection between that little girl and the suspected shooter and what led up to the moment when a bullet claimed that young life. News 5's Tracy Carla spoke with police and has exclusive pictures now of the firepower found during the search for the suspect.
Yeah, Rob, and those guns were found inside a duffel bag in the car that belonged to the suspect's friend. As of tonight, police do not have the gun, however, that they believe killed that little girl.
I can say in 31 years, very traumatic call, not only for the family and the sisters, but for the first responders. The police and paramedics had a hard time dealing with what they saw when they arrived on scene.
Images the first responders want to forget but can't help but remember.
Yeah, somebody got shot right here at the corner of Freed and Mercer.
Several 911 calls brought police here to 978 Mercer Avenue in Akron. A 4-year-old child inside a car with her 3 sisters shot and killed by a single bullet from what police say was an assault rifle.
And let me say this again. I'm blaming the mother, Deasia. The reason why I'm doing that is because of the fact that Deasia took her children, drove to Darnell Bitting's house, which this is his house right here. She wanted in. He didn't let her in. She took whatever she took and beat the windows out of his house. Understand that. While she had her 4 children and grandmother in the car. She took her 4 children and grandmother over to Darnell Bitting's house to go bust out his windows. That's stupid. She put everybody's life at risk and lost her daughter in the process because of her fucked up actions. This is the mother's fault for this happening. Because she fucked with a thug. She went and beat a thug's windows out, and the thug do what the thug do, which is not rational, which is not logical. And he come out with a gun and said he's going to kill this woman. Now, whether he felt fear for his life or not, who knows? I don't know. The court the court definitely didn't agree. And he took that AK-47 and shot I don't know how many times. But they say that the bullet hit the little girl in the head because the little girl was in the car.
He is not new to the criminal justice system.
Hours before Janaya Swain was killed, police told me her mother and ex-boyfriend Darnell Bitting.
Look at that look on this nigga's face. Like, are you kidding me? Wow. That's a hell of a mugshot, is it not, guys? Look at this dude's face. That's a hell of a pose to be going into jail with, don't you think? Martyr87 said antagonist, absolutely. Yep. What's up, Super T? Loon Tune said she took her grandmother. Hell no, my mom would have disowned me for laying with crazy. She would have also taken me to court to get custody of my son. Yep. She took the grandmother and 4 of her children, which one of them was Janaya Swain, which was not this weird face looking dude's kid. Man, let's keep going.
Had a fight.
Yo-Yo Marie says somebody had to be desperate to lay down with this dude. Imagine this. I don't know if you heard this earlier, Yo-Yo Marie. This dude has 10 children by multiple women. 10 children. Getting all kind of sex. All the sex that this dude can stand. This dude is 32 years old. 3 years younger than me. And got 10 children by multiple women. And had a girlfriend that he was fucking on, which was Janaya Swain's mom, DJJustJayOK Swain. She got mad for whatever reason. Probably because if he's got 10 kids, I can almost guarantee you that this dude is infamous for fucking on all kinds of chicks. And I can almost guarantee you that he had a bitch at the house. What you guys want to bet? I can almost guarantee you that he was in a relationship with DJJustJayOK and he had a chick at the house over there getting some from her, and she show up to go make a scene, and she brought her kids over there to go make a scene. With a dude that is not the father of any of her 4 children, with her grandmother with her. Picture that, man. Picture that.
Before Janaya Swain was killed, police told me her mother and ex-boyfriend Darnell Bitting had a fight. Police say he took a PlayStation, cash, and keys from her home.
She basically loaded everybody up in the car and drove over there trying to retrieve her property.
Police explained that she knocked, but there was no answer. She told police he was inside, so she smashed the windows to get him to come out.
Okay. Maybe some of my ladies can help me out a little bit here. Ladies, I know you guys are about 30 seconds behind me in the chat, but I'm going to ask this question. I want to see what you guys think. If a man is in there and he has another chick at the house and you are trying to get him to come in and open the door and he don't, what do you guys do? Do you think that the right response is to go knock every window out of his house? Is that the right response? Or what would you guys have done in this situation if your boyfriend had another chick over at the house, which we're assuming, I don't know this to be a fact, but we're assuming that'd be the only reason why she popped up at his house unannounced, because he said he didn't know who was in the car. So that means he didn't know who was out there in the car. But I think even that's bullshit, because if he's fucking this girl, he had to have known that car, unless it was the grandmother's car and maybe he never seen the car before. Then you have to ask, if this dude don't answer the door and you hear him in there and he don't want to answer the door, what is your next step? If you have your 4 children in the car, what's your next step? I'm going to read what you guys say. Was she charged with anything? Darcy Ann, nope. The answer is nope. In the eyes of the stupid ass law that we live under, nope. She was charged with nothing. Therese R. said, walk away. She got her kid killed. Tim Goodwin, absolutely. She absolutely did. It's the mom's fault. GSD mom, Darcy Ann, said I would leave. M. Allen said I would leave. CJ Gunn said I'd leave. Chassis said, sorry, I find it easier to just walk away. Is there a GoFundMe? There was. Now, is there currently a GoFundMe? I don't know. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. You guys be on it. I'm glad y'all guys asked these questions. I'll be more than happy to try to get you an answer. So let's find out. I'm pretty sure this ignorant ass mother probably do got to GoFundMe up here somewhere. Here we go. Good. I'm good. Yes, they do have a GoFundMe. This looks like it was posted by the grandmother. And she said, my granddaughter passed away unexpectedly at the age of 4 years old, February 16th of 2018. Let's talk about this fucking GoFundMe. I'm gonna show y'all on the screen. 'Cause, Right here. Y'all mind my mouth because I have a bad mouth tonight, and I'm just going to be real blunt and real honest. We got 140 people watching. Please hit the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. Got you. Feeling left out? Boom. Well, don't feel left out. Don't feel left out. My guy David in the chat took advantage of the challenge. I want to say thank you to David. I already know not to read this name. You know who you are. We talk. Thank you. You know who you are. Thank you. I'm going to message you right now. You guys have absolutely showed hellified support tonight. I can't thank you guys so much, but thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Not much, but wanted to show support. CJ Gunn in the chat. That's plenty of support. Like I say, you know, even if you do like that, like just every so often, it helps a lot. I promise you guys it does. What we want to do is, like I say, we want to make sure for the people that have never done it before, just get them people on board. 147 people watching. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, share the show. Let's talk about this GoFundMe. In this GoFundMe, as you guys can see, right here, it says, let me see if I can scroll with this. My granddaughter passed away unexpectedly at the age of 4 years old, February 16th of 2018. Can you guys tell me what's wrong with this GoFundMe? Let's have a little fun right now. Let's have a little fun at Janaya Swain's expense right now. Since she didn't give a damn about her daughter. Let's have a little fun. What's wrong with this GoFundMe? And it's even worse, the fact that nobody supported it. And I don't think anybody should. Guess how many people have supported this GoFundMe? I want you guys to take a guess as to how many people supported the GoFundMe. I want you guys to also tell me what is wrong with this paragraph for somebody asking for thousands of dollars, the fact that there are 169 shares on Facebook, and the fact that not even the mother wrote this, the grandmother wrote this. Vincent caught it. He said, my granddaughter passed away unexpectedly, as if to say natural causes, which is bullshit. She didn't pass away unexpectedly. She died because her mother put her in harm's way. That's why she's dead. How about you put that in the fucking GoFundMe? My granddaughter is dead because I raised a stupid ass granddaughter or a stupid daughter, however you want to look at it. And she decided to take my grandbaby to some thug nigga's house that has an AK-47. He didn't answer the door. So I'm going to sit there and watch. I'm going to watch her break out every window in the front of his house. Think about that. She broke out the window to the front door. Then she went over to the window, busted that window out. Then she went to another window, busted that window. Then she went to another window and busted that window. What do you think the grandmother was doing in the car? Probably sitting back, chilling, and supporting this, right? Darcy Ann said 5. Loon Toon said 0. The amount of people that have supported these thousands of dollars that grandma was asking for, 3. And I think even that was too much. So what you guys have, if this was created February 18th of 2018, since February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, in 9 months, they've collected money from 3 supporters. 3. This is the official GoFundMe page. This thing was shared 169 times, and they only had 3 people donate to it. And I've told you guys this before, In my opinion, if you're going to ask for thousands of dollars of public money, and I think that white people, to be honest with you, because I think most of this money coming from white people. I ain't going to lie to you. As much as people want to talk about how evil white people are, but they support everybody on earth, I think is an absurd thing to say. But check this out. The fact that they're asking for thousands of dollars and she can't even take a moment to write a decent paragraph. And there is no punctuation in here at all. There's no punctuation after the 16th. There is no period after 2018. No punctuation at all. One sentence, and you're asking for thousands of dollars and hope that people just hop on board like these benevolent white people normally do and just start just throwing money. Why? Because your daughter is putting your grandchildren in harm's way. And guess what? She still got 3 other grandchildren that she can turn around and go do this to somebody else and go bust somebody else's windows out or the next dude and still have the kids in the car. And I can guarantee you that the grandmother did not tell her, bitch, what you're doing is wrong. Stop. Get in the car. Let's leave. Matter of fact, think about this. If grandma gave a shit about them children or her daughter, what she should have did was hopped in the driver's seat, put that son of a bitch in drive, and drove that car off because them babies should not have been in the line of fire. Uh-oh. Is that gonna get me flaggied? Probably. I am so happy that people are waking up and realizing what to donate to and what not to. People are finally realizing where my heart, where my soul, what I care about, where that is, and where my dedication is. And people are hopping on board and they're supporting this channel. They're subscribing. They're hitting the likes. They're sharing. They understand. They're keeping an open mind as to what we're trying to say over here in Soto Nation. This is one platform among many. Shout out to my brother Relationship Rehab. Shout out to Morning Soda, Tanisha Finley. Shout out to my sister Packer Girl. Shout out to my brother Tommy Sotomayor. Shout out to Soto Gaming. Eventually we're going to get a fitness person together if they can stop acting crazy. Right? Soto Nation, we are deep and diversified with a lot of wonderful ideas that I think will make this world and our community specifically a better place. Because we're the canary in the coal mine. We are the worst example of what's happening to everybody else in the United States of America. It's just happening to us quicker because we are a smaller community. Terrence B, thank you very much. Said he subscribed. Thank you. Understand this. I speak from love. Do I love black people? Yes. Do I love our black women? Yes. Do I love our black men? Yes. Do I love our children? I love our children more than I love anything. White, black, Mexican, Chinese, Asian. Because the thing is if you show love and respect, kindness, and nurturing to little children, then they will turn around and reciprocate that. If you don't teach them hate, if you don't teach them ignorance, if you don't teach them violence, they will grow up and more times than none, they will tend to be productive adults. Understand that. No matter where you are on this continent, if you are listening to the sound of my voice, if you raise children with the things that they need to be good adults, we can make a huge change in this world quick. We have to value boys. We have to value men. We have to value families. And we have to value our girls. And our girls, more importantly, have to start valuing themselves. To go back to this GoFundMe, one sentence, not even punctuated, and you're asking for thousands of dollars. They shared it 169 times and expected for people to just buy into the bullshit and say, you know what? Let's just throw money at the problem. When has throwing money at any problem ever fixed anything? It never has. Because you know why? They looked at this and they said, this mother went to this dude's house, busted his windows out at his home, at his domicile, where he lays his head at, and expected for him not to retaliate, and he did, and she got her kid killed. That's my 2 cents about this.
And when he did, he was armed with an assault rifle. He fired one shot. The bullet went through an open window of the car where the 4-year-old and her 3 sisters were sitting. A manhunt lasted hours. The U.S. Marshals, Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force, and Akron police tracked the 31-year-old to several locations. Inside one car that police say belonged to an associate of Bitting, police found more than a dozen guns. These exclusive pictures show some of them. They also found body armor.
Again, I want to remind you guys, this is a criminal, not a law-abiding citizen that owns these guns legally. When they're talking about getting rid of the guns, no, get rid of people that think that they can have guns illegally and doing illegal activities with these guns. Leave the law-abiding citizens alone. The people that believe in their Second Amendment rights, go get their training and do their applications and do their training and have their license. Leave us the fuck alone. Take care of the criminals.
And a grenade. Now, outside of that house, balloons, candles, stuffed animals, where the life of a child was taken in a split second. Bitting is set to be arraigned in the morning. He does have a lengthy criminal record. His last conviction was for drug trafficking, which would prohibit him from having a gun. Live in Akron, Tracy Carlos, News 5.
Clearly he had the guns illegally, but we're not even questioning that. We know that. He's a fucking criminal. He's a thug. While the family is trying to support him and defend him and they're yelling at Janaya's family, I think it's quite stupid because they all are culpable in this. They're supporting a criminal as well as supporting a mother that turned around and put her daughter's life in harm's way. That's what I have to say about this story, and I'm going to end it there. Anybody that don't like what I got to say, you know what you can do.